Good afternoon, folks. Well, let's just put it this way. The liberals have literally lost their minds now. I mean, let's just put it this way. We talked about Confederate counties yesterday and a few Indian counties. I mean, predominantly other counties, but let's go over my state of Indian named counties. Pretty much presumptively north is mainly where they all are. There's a few down in the south. I'm from the state of Ohio, by the way. They mostly are Ashtabula County, Geauga County, and Cuyahoga County. Let's see here. Erie County, Ottawa County, Fort Williams, Defiance, Henry, Wood, Seneca County, Huron County, Mahoning County. I would think that sounds Indian. Tuscarawas County, which is also named after a river, but it also sounds sort of Indian. Then there's also Coshocton County. I understand that it doesn't really sound Indian, but I actually did a little research on that, and it's an Indian named word. Then you got Delaware County, and then you have other counties, such as Gallia County, and then you have Pickaway County, which is Indian, but it's not necessarily, that's my neighboring county, believe it or not. Then you have Fayette, but it's not necessarily Indian. It's actually a French name, named after Lafayette, but they cut it down to Fayette because it was for the French general Lafayette who helped free us from the British, as I said in the previous one from yesterday. But to make things a little more interesting, that's how that one works. And then then you got Wyandotte County, another Indian named county. Then you got Miami County. And then Pike County. I think that's just about all the counties here in the state of Ohio. And now, then we got a Confederate county in our state. Actually, we got Morgan County, which is named after a Confederate general, but it has nothing to do with that. But obviously, others would find that differently than what we would. And Columbiana County, another Indian named county, I think. But if you look at all these counties, I mean, if we look at all these counties, I mean, in other states like Georgia and North Carolina, they got Cherokee County down there. That's predominantly Indian. Very well-known Indian name. And then you got, over in Arizona, like I kind of said yesterday, I forgot a couple other counties. Navajo County, over there. I mean, that's literally ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous why liberals want to change literally everything that has to do with Indians. Or Confederate, anything that has to do with a Confederate. I understand it was a dark past. But what are you going to do? How's it going to change the past? You can't change the past. And then another Confederate named county in our state, Jackson County. But like I said yesterday, Stonewall Jackson was a general for the Confederates, but we also had a few Jacksons on the Union side. But what's that got to do with Jackson compared to, and then we also had a President Andrew Jackson. But what's that got to do with all the other presidents in the United States? I mean, but what's that Jackson County, Oklahoma, got to do with all the other Jackson counties predominantly throughout the United States? That's a good question. That question is To be all honest with you, I honestly don't know. My question is, it really doesn't. I mean, liberals look at the word Jackson as if it only evolves around Stonewall Jackson, while conservatives look at Jackson as evolving around both Stonewall Jackson and Andrew Jackson. At least that's how I look at it. And I'm looking at it. While all the other named counties, and you also gotta look at presidential counties too. There was, like, the first name of Jefferson. Like Jefferson Davis County, that's one thing. But you look at just the name Jefferson, the first name, that's a presidential name. Because, for them, just the name Jefferson. Because that's the first name of Jefferson Davis. Get it? Jefferson Davis? Take off the Davis name, you get just Jefferson. They'll just view the name Jefferson as if it was the first name of the hymn. See where this controversy comes into play at? We got a Jefferson County here in Ohio. Well, I don't know if you would consider that a Confederate county to a liberal, but to conservatives, that isn't a Confederate county. So that's a presidential county. Thomas Jefferson was a president to us. And he played a pivotal role in our society. Thomas Jefferson was very adamant about a lot of things. But Jefferson Davis was a Confederate. He also played a pivotal role at one point as well. During the Mexican-American War, he was a veteran. He did some good as well. Even though he didn't really play a good role later on, he still played some good roles. So did Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee. A lot of them played some good roles. But unfortunately, they changed sides and did some damage. A lot of the Confederate named counties, a lot of these Confederates changed sides. They served in the Mexican-American War on the side of the Union, but they changed sides. And that's a good question. Why did they? Because they believed in what they believed in. Well, on the other hand, Robert E. Lee said this. He was still, before Virginia seceded from the Union, a general asked him this. I can't remember what the name of the general said. He offered him a commission in the Union. But he says, I cannot kill a fellow Virginian. So he defected to the Confederacy once Virginia seceded from the Union. I cannot kill a fellow Virginian. And that's why he became the general of the Confederacy. And that's how it all began. He was a monster of the Confederacy. Not a bad guy. Only a bad guy because he defected. That's what they all think. They all think just because you defected for what you believe in. Now, I understand Benedict Arnold's a totally different ballgame. We fought a foreign enemy. Foreign and domestic. Now, I get it. The Confederates were domestic people. However, the British were not domestic. They were foreigners. Now, if you look at it this way, every county named after president, like Jefferson, which was also known as a Confederate if you use the first name. Don't put Davis on there, just Jefferson. Confederates look at it as just a Confederate name, while conservatives look at it as both Confederate and presidential. But you can't tell that to a liberal. They only view it as a Confederate name. That's absolutely pathetic to all of us. But a lot of us think of it otherwise. Now you got Monroe County, Washington County. A lot of those counties here in the state of Ohio are pretty much, presidential counties. Pretty big victory there for those counties. And they were pretty much, well, named after presidents. And that's how they view those presidents differently than what we do. Now, Abraham Lincoln, there's plenty of states named after those counties. Same with Jefferson and Harrison. Jefferson and Harrison are well-known counties. A lot of states are named after that. Same with Grant and a lot of other counties. Grant and Garfield. Even though Garfield was born here in Ohio, we don't have a county named after him. Same with Grant. Kind of weird, isn't it? Ohio named counties, but yet not one named after him. Confederate states have named... Former Confederate states actually have counties named after him. Which is kind of odd. Iowa has a county named after him. But the thing about it is, it's just sad how all this looks. We can't let the liberals take this country and just turn it into a hellhole. It's time we step up to the plate, man up, grow a pair, and prove that we are who we are and we are not weak. We can't let these buffoons overrun us. That's literally how I view this. We can't let them really overrun us like that. I viewed the Civil War as a ridiculous war, as one of the most ridiculous wars ever recorded in history. A waste of life that never should have been wasted like it was. And literally that's what this whole entire thing's turning into. A civil war. The second Civil War. When January 6th comes around, I just hope Senate Republicans step up to the plate and do their part, just like congressional Republicans are. Let's just hope they do the right thing and vote for Donald Trump back in office. Because I'm afraid we're going to lose everything we got. Peace out, everyone.